Hello YouTubers, time for another video, and this time I'm going to talk about a purchase that I received today on the mail. When I record, this is the actual release date of what I'm going to show you. Yeah, and the first thing that I think is, why am I such a sucker for this? Yeah, I'll let this thought sink slowly down to the floor. We're going to talk about the Beatles. We're going to talk about vinyl singles. We're going to talk about 45s. These are the 7 inches with Beatles that I have. Mostly reissues or some weird issues. This is some sort of record store day issue of Love Me Do that looks like the actual first one from 62 or 63 rather, but it isn't. This is from the 2010 teens. Not sure exactly which year, I can't remember now. Then we have without sleeve. This is a Swedish original. I don't want to spoil the party, and I'll follow the sun from the 1965 on Parlophone. This is a Swedish original. That's nice. Then this must be some sort of American on Capitol. Twist and Shout. There's a Place. From the 70s, I would guess, maybe 80s. This is not sure if this is an original or a reissue. I Feel Fine and She's a Woman. Not sure if it's an original, but I could check that later. I probably have checked it, but I forgot it now. Then we have some. This is the 70s Capitol of Kansas City and Boys, because it has the orange Capitol label. Then these I think are from the late 70s, early 80s on the Capitol label. Yesterday and Act Naturally. And another one, Strawberry Fields Forever, and of course Penny Lane. Can't Buy Me Love, You Can't Do That. Ticket to Ride, yes it is. Is this an original? We have Hello Goodbye and I Am the Walrus. Might be an original, not sure actually. And then we have Let It Be and You Know My Name. This is an original, but not with original sleeve, I think. And then from 1995, Free as a Bird. Their comeback single, so to speak. Then we have some weird ones. Some old Soviet 7 inches. These are not 45s. They are to be played in 33 RPM. And I've written on labels on this is Here Comes the Sun, Because, Golden Slumbers and the End on this EP. Octopus's Garden, Something and Come Together on this one. Old Soviet EPs. And sorry, Let It Be and Across the Universe and I, Me, Mine on this one. And I think this one is with, Beatles with a little help from my friends, Penny Lane, When I'm 64, and Lovely Rita, material from Sgt. Pepper. Also, and I've claimed that I don't collect 7 inches. Also, I have this, the Beatles EP collection from the early 80s. That was issued at the same time, I think, more or less the same time as the album collection with a similar blue box but bigger was issued. And I think there was a red mono box. Speaking about boxes, I of course have already talked about the studio album original boxed from 2012 and the Beatles in mono box from 2014. But those are albums. Then we have this weird one, the Beatles in the Beginning old recordings, pre their breakthrough. Well, we got Love Me Do and P.S. I Love You on the last one. But I think we have, we have recordings they made with Tony Sheridan and other stuff. So, long prelude. Why am I showing all these? Well, because today this box was released. The Beatles, the Singles Collection. I have actually not checked this out yet, although I have some idea. Do I need this? Probably not. Do I want it? Absolutely. And what's so special about this, apart from another box? Well, they've used picture sleeves and record labels from issues from other countries than the British ones, because in UK most of the Beatles singles were issued without some sort of sleeve art. With photographs and stuff. They usually just used company sleeves and so on. So we're going to open this now together and see what we have here. One reason why I thought this was so tempting, and I fell for the temptation, I did, was the fact that they also are using replicas of the old, not just old sleeve art, but also the labels. Yep. That looks promising. Okay. Let's see. Let's start from the beginning. Let's start from the top here. Okay. I'll put this here. Bring out. Okay. The first one, Love Me Do, P.S. I Love You. Of course, very famous. And on the Tolly Records label, and a drawing of the Beatles. They seem to have a very vague idea what the Beatles looked like. Let's see. And a yellow Tolly label. Tolly, that was an American, tiny little label, that issue. I'm sure Tolly was American. Of course, I may be mistaken. All right. And okay, please me, ask me why. Well, this is a replica of an Italian issue with John Lennon, harmonica, chitarra ritmica, Paul McCartney, basso, chitarra, George Harrison, chitarra conduttrice. Sorry, Italians. I'm so sorry. And Ringo Starr, batteria. Dischi parlophone. Let's see. Oh, yeah, that looks like the Italian parlophone label. Looks very nice. And these are not like the old singles probably had a very thin sleeves made of very thin paper. These are made with thick cardboard, and also, as you can see, an inner sleeve, something the old singles didn't have back then. Not that many. Anyhow, all right, let's continue. From me to you, thank you, girl. Looks like this. And 10 topper. Could this be a Norwegian issue? Or yeah, because we have names. We have a list with other issues on the same label, and I recognize some Norwegian artists here, like Jan Høyland, Åse Wenzel, yeah. So this is a Norwegian replica then. Label looks fairly similar. 10 topper. It's like this. Oh, I think this is this is fun. I think there are 23 singles. I'll get back to that. The Beatles. What's this then? It's Greek anyway, but what are the titles? I have to check the sleeve here. It's Greek and it's I'll Get You and She Loves You, with a Greek album sleeve and Greek purple Parlophone label with silver printing. And thick vinyl is, feels really good to hold them as well. Oh, now we have Los Beatles. Odeon Alta Fidelidad. This is, well, it looks like it's material from With the Beatles, but I can't say which songs. Well, Este Muchacho. Oh, this boy. Quiero tomar tu mano. I want to hold your hand, and this boy. Well, it's Spanish. Is it? Yeah, the language is Spanish, but is it a Spanish issue? My vision is not good enough to read such small printing, but it looks like this on the Odeon label. Some of the early, I know that in Sweden some of the early Beatles issues were actually on the Odeon label, not on the Parlophone. The Parlophone label was never really used that much in Sweden. Okay, Can't Buy Me Love, You Can't Do That, and this is on the Parlophone label. Parlophone. Is this a German issue? Or of course, it's not a German issue, but a replica of a German issue. Well, I'll keep saying, no, it's Austrian. It's made in Austria. Looks like this. I keep saying reissue all the time. Well, they are reissues, but, or never mind. Okay, A Hard Day's Night. Things we said today. Look at the lovely photograph. Must be from the movie. Parlophone Stimme. What's that? Is this German? The Beatles in the film A Hard Day's Night? No, it would say that. Holland. It's Dutch. It's Dutch. It's a Dutch issue. It's great that they actually often try to have, for the cheap vinyl singles, to have sleeve art that actually looked appealing and interesting. And that was often the case also in my country, in Sweden, that the EPs, they had a thicker laminated sleeve, and then the vinyl singles had simpler sleeves made of paper, folded paper in a plastic cover. Oh, speaking about Swedish, this is a Swedish. I recognize the album. I recognize this album design here. I Feel Fine and She's a Woman. And it has the top 10 that was very common on the back sleeve. But as I said, this is thick cardboard sleeve. Back then it was paper folded in a plastic bag. Skandinaviska Gramophone. And this is how the Swedish Parlophone label, that's what it looked like. Well, I showed you earlier an old original. Although back then most had push-out centers. Not sure how common it was in other countries, but in Sweden most 7 inches had push-out centers up until the early 70s. Right, Ticket to Ride, yes it is. Looks like this. And what is this then? Barcelona, it is Spanish. This is Spanish, without doubt, on the Odeon label. Like that. Of course, I haven't listened to this, and I'm not going to play any now because, well, copy floppy, right? But just to show you what it looks like. Okay, Help and I'm Down. Oh, this is a lovely, lovely sleeve. Look at this. Look at this. And it's from, where is this? From where is this? It looks as if Belgium. It's Belgium. It's Belgian. And it has that cover, that label. They are being arrested. Of course, they are crying for help. Okay, let's continue. Let's continue. No, picking out another pile. Oh, Le Beatle. We can work it out. Day Tripper. Oh my goodness. So many great songs. And this is, of course, French. Le Beatle. Oh yeah, Le Beatle. And oh, it has a nice little orange, orange yellow label. And it look we have even the signatures, the autographs of the Beatles. Although of course they are not real. They're not real. No, they're not real. Not real. Not real. Okay, let's carry on. Paperback writer Rain. Rain is one of my favorite B-sides, probably the best B-side ever recorded in my book. And what is this? The same suitcase picture that was used for the Yesterday and Today album. But what is it? Oh, what a lovely yellow and orange swirl label. From where is? Oh, wait. Turkey. It's Turkish. Well. Oh, I think they, with a. Oh, this is so well done. So well done. Okay. Los Beatles. Submarino Amarillo. Ah. I'm not good at in Spanish, but I think that's Yellow Submarine. Submarina Amarillo, Amarillo. No, they don't sing in Spanish. Though. And Eleanor Rigby, and they use photos from the, I think from the Beatles for Sale, or from the same session, anyway. And this must of course be. Oh, it's Argentinian of the Odeon Pops. Oh, I've seen this label before, the Odeon Pops. I've heard that the Odeon, or that the singles, the vinyl singles in the 60s in Argentina, they were actually always released on 33 and a third RPM, not 45. Not sure if that's true, but I've heard that anyway. All right, let's continue. Okay, the Beatles, Strawberry Fields Forever, Penny Lane. Well, we can't talk about the B-side there because we got two double A sides. They are so great. The Swedish EP is one of the most sought after EPs in Sweden. It's extremely expensive every time it turns up on an auction. But where's this? Is this? What? Not sure actually. Not sure. Maybe it's maybe this is how it looked in Great Britain, because it looks like a UK label. I'm better at the albums than the single issues. So, and we have childhood photos on the back here. Very nice. Oh, all right. Let's continue. All You Need Is Love, Baby You're a Rich Man. And this must be German. Yeah, this is German. And we have Beatles, Medallion, Neu, on the back sleeve. This is so much fun. And the lovely green Odeon label. The green Odeon label. Very typical for German issues. Oh, we have more. We have more. We have more. We have more. Hola, adios. The big hello, goodbye, and yo soy la morsa. I am the walrus. Well, who could have guessed that? Looks like this on Capital. Capital. Is this? Where is this from? No, I can't really see it, but it has this The same swirl label that was on, was it on a Turkish issue? I will check it later. Anyway, right. Oh, well, Lady Madonna and the Inner Light. And here, of course, we have a Japanese issue, and look at this. What a lovely sleeve. So colorful. And it's a fold-out sleeve. Oh, with lots of lyrics and text in Japanese, and of course the lyrics to the song as well. And on the Odeon label, and this is what the Odeon label looks like, the Japanese Odeon. My. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, it's beautiful. And another one here, Revolution and Hey Jude. And this is an album sleeve that I've never seen before. Look at that. Look at that. It's on the Parlophone. Where is it from? Where is this from? Oh, I can't see it. There is a label in here to where I can check it, but it looks like this. It looks like a British UK label, but SPD 477. Surely by this time Beatles were issuing most of the songs on the Apple label. Oh, but this I think I recognize. This is Swedish. This is Swedish. Get Back and Don't Let Me Down. I recognize this sleeve. And it's on the Apple label like this. Yeah. It's funny, I recognize the Swedish ones, even though if I'm not an expert on vinyl singles, but the Swedish designs, the Swedish sleeve designs, I recognize those. Okay, The Ballad of John and Yoko, and Old Brown Shoe. One of the records where I think the B side is better than the A side, and this is Portuguese. That's a, looks like that. Portuguese. It's like United Nations in a singles box. Right. Oh, Something and Come Together. Oh, look what they did to the Abbey Road sleeve. Well, that's one way to make it. Where's this from? Where is this from? I can't read now. I can't see. But my goodness me. And we have only 2 ones left. Let It Be and You Know My Name. Look up the number. I showed you the original earlier, but this is what it looks like. And isn't this a British? Yeah, this is the British version. And yeah, I recognized. I've seen this before, and by this time they started with picture sleeves in England as well. And then I show you the original in a thin, flimsy paper. But here is Free as a Bird again. But it's coupled with Real Love, the song from 1996 that was issued in 96 rather, and Free as a Bird was issued in 95. And this is also on the Apple label. So that's it. Oops. And then we have nice laminated book with information about the different issues and lots of pictures, lots of texts to read, and yeah. Okay, let's return to the question I asked in the beginning of this video. Why am I such a sucker for this? Well, one reason is I'm slightly mad. And another reason is I love the Beatles. That's all. Thank you for watching. Have a nice weekend and bye bye.